Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your day, 10x your life, and all of us 10x Springfield. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Ferriell here, certified 10x coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, we are coming to you from the Big Dog Construction Studio in beautiful downtown Springfield. You are listening to Separation Saturdays on Elevate Springfield, where you can separate yourself from the competition every Saturday morning. Now, we are every day with Elevate Springfield now, so you can start your morning every morning with a new drop from Elevate Springfield, and we are looking forward to having you, and we are thankful that you chose to listen to us. We're going to get started after the break. Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing experts serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. All right, and we are back. Well, it was a great week at Elevate Springfield this week. So many great guests, so many great takeaways for y'all. Happy to have you joining us on Separation Saturday. Hey, I know if you're listening today, you've got that 10X mindset cooking, separating yourself from everyone else by still putting in that grind on the weekend. So, hey, this week we started out on Sunday with that weekly battle plan. We talked about a little bit how to control time and talked to you about the concept of a daily battle plan and how that works. Hope y'all put that into practice. Hope you guys did some of the research that I talked about in terms of organizations that you can become involved in to help elevate your personal and professional lives. Hey, then on Monday, we had Travis Blaney in from Two Men in a Truck. Hey, so much great stuff there. We had a heavy episode about sales, core values, commitment to community. It was a bit of a full week of sales, really. Our Thursday guest, we talked a lot about sales as well. But before we get to that, on Tuesday, we had Ellie with her debut episode of Next Gen. We were excited to bring that to you guys. Talk all things education, what's important to teens, and, you know, a little bit of maybe daddy-daughter debate. So looking forward to bringing that to you every single week. We talked a lot about navigating social media in that episode. Then on Wednesday, we had our Communities Grow Together segment where I talked a lot about Local First Springfield and Land of Lincoln Professional Networking Group. As you recall, on that weekly battle plan episode on Sunday, I tasked everyone with an assignment to go out and research all these organizations, as I mentioned. So on Wednesday, I gave you a little bit of that research without you having to go find it. Two great organizations I would highly recommend, Local First Springfield and Land of Lincoln Professional Networking Group. Go back and check out that episode if you're not a member of those two. Get the update on those, and hey, go ahead and join both of them now. Then on Thursday, we had Jake Rourke in from Troxel, another episode where we talked a lot about sales again. Both of our guests this week on the Monday and Thursday episodes have a lot of sales in their background, so we talked a lot of sales in those episodes. But when we were talking with Jake, he talked a lot about the power of consistency. There's no magic bullet. It's just going in and grinding every single day. It's creating those relationships. It's service over selling, just like we talk a lot in 10X. And he had the quote of, "It's simple but not easy," right? We talk a lot about that on a number of different subjects, about things being simple to understand, simple concepts, but the discipline of doing them day in and day out, the consistency part, is what's hard for most people. And what Jake was talking a lot about is he feels like that's the secret to his success, really, is that consistency. Then on Friday, we had our wellness upgrade segment. We had Kenny Hyde in again talking about some nutrition principles. We were talking a lot about protein. He talked about his 80-20 rule when it comes to nutrition. We also talked a lot about whole foods being essentially the easy button when it comes to nutrition and health and wellness in general. So much great stuff this week. On today's episode with Separation Saturdays, like to delve just a little bit deeper into some sales topics that we talk about in 10X quite often, seeing as both of our guests this week on the main episodes were in sales. And first thing we talk about in 10X, and we talked about it with Travis early on in the week, is that even if your job title isn't salesperson, it's everyone is in sales. We are all selling our ideas, selling our values, selling what we want. It is a part of everyday life for everyone, because really selling impacts everyone in this country and on this planet, quite frankly. Your ability or inability to sell, persuade, negotiate, and convince others will affect every area of your life and really determine whether you survive or thrive. No matter what your title or position is or what your role is in a company or team, you will at some point have to convince others of something, no matter what your job title actually is. So let's talk a little bit about the sales process. We have a number of workshops and trainings that we at Big Dog Business Coaching can take a company through or an individual person through to help them hone some of those sales skills, whether you are brand new to selling or a veteran salesperson. These could be of great benefit to you. So first thing is what's the most important sale? And we've talked about this a little bit before, but the most important sale you will ever make is you. If you don't believe, no one else will. GC says this all the time. To the degree you're sold, convinced, persuaded, you will sell. He always says the bottom line is, if you're not selling, to some degree, you're not sold. Or if you're not getting what you want, to some degree, you are not sold. So as we've talked before, everything starts with commitment. You have to be 100% committed and sold on what you are doing or what you want, the point you're trying to get across, your values, your product, your service. You have to be so completely 100% committed and sold that you or your product or service is the right thing for your client, or you're never going to be able to make that sale. So do this exercise. Take a moment. Get out a piece of paper, put a line down the middle, put product on one side and company on the other. On the product side, list out all the reasons you want to buy your product, right? List out all those reasons why you would want to buy your product or service. And then on the company side, list out all the reasons why you would do business with your company and why you would buy from you. What this is going to do for you, it's going to help you get 100% sold on what you do. Because if you would not buy from you, or you would not want to work for your company, you're going to have a really hard time trying to convince other people to do so. So once you have that 100% commitment down, that 100% sold down, let's move into the front end of the sales process. All starts with a lead. So your prospecting gets you those leads. Then we move into the greeting, the fact finding, the demo, the close, and then follow up. Best practice we always talk about in 10X is your sales process should be so transparent that you should be able to advertise your process. So your sales process should be simple, be transparent, be easy to promote, make your intentions clear, should qualify with hard questions, should always push for the sale, always agree with the buyer, show proposal to every customer, always use third-party touch. That's when you bring somebody in. Always attempt a second sale, and always use instant follow-up. If you want to go any deeper on any of those items, give us a shout. We'd be happy to go through in more detail in all of those. But the main thing is your sales process should be transparent enough to where you could advertise your sales process. Very, very clear. So for today, we're going to focus just for a few minutes on prospecting. We'll get into the rest of the sales process in another episode. But for any of you guys that are doing cold calling out there, maybe some cold call appointment setting, do you have a good script for that? What kind of script do you use? At 10X, we use, it'll say, this is Robert with Big Dog Business Coaching. The reason for the call is, and this is where you put in a big claim. We'll talk about that in just a second. And then you go into qualifying. Hey, to be sure I make the best use of your time, let me ask you qualifying question here. We can give you some of those if you need help coming up with those. What is a recurring problem? What are the money issues associated with that? And then you ask a magic question. Hey, if I could do half of what I told you, would you give me 5 minutes? And then other than yourself, who would be involved in this decision? After you get the answers to all those, move straight into the appointment for the demo. Say, great. Hey, let's pull up your calendar. What time do you have? And then lock close. Would there be any reason you wouldn't be able to make the call at such and such time? So let's talk about that big claim that I mentioned right at the front end of that cold call. How do you come up with your big claim? You can answer these 4 questions. Who's your target customer? Who are you really targeting here? Number 2, what is the most common problem you solve? Number 3, what is the fastest you ever solved that problem? And number 4, what is the end result? The answers to those 4 questions will get you your reason for the call or your big claim, the front end of that call that I just mentioned a second ago when I said the reason for the call is blank. If you answer those 4 questions, you'll get that blank right there. So that could be something like, hey, we assist small business in increasing their revenue by 30% in 90 days or increasing their sales by 30% in 90 days. That would be a big claim, right? That would be something that would pull them in if that was what your service offered, which on the coaching side, that would be a big claim for us. So in a future episode, we'll go into some more of the sales process. If you want any help with your sales process, hey, give us a shout. Head over to bigdogbc.com, fill out the contact us. We'll be happy to walk you through all this. You can find me on social as well, or the Big Dog BC Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. But hey, just remember best practices when it comes to sales. Hey, make sure you are 100% committed to you, 100% committed to your product or service and your company, because if you're not, how do you expect anybody else to be? Make sure your sales process should be transparent enough to where you can advertise it. Be simple, be transparent, easy to promote, make your intentions clear. Thank you to all of our guests from this week. Jake, Travis, Kenny, Ellie. Had a great time this week. So many great actionable strategies. Go back and listen to those episodes if you haven't caught them yet. And then check us out tomorrow for your weekly battle plan. We'll be back after the break.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget, while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Ferriell, at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343